So grab your teacups because this is piping hot. Meghan Markle, yes, that Meghan, is crawling her way back onto Netflix on August 26th with her cooking show With Love Meghan. And no, this isn't your heartwarming, wholesome kitchen moment. This is the one with the spotless aprons, the coffee table books no one has read, and friends who look like they were recruited from a Craigslist ad titled Need Brunch Buddy. Zero shame required. But here's where the plot thickens. The real story isn't Meghan. Oh no, it's the man who used to share those front-page headlines with her, Prince Harry. And guess what? The Duke has just been ghosted harder than your ex after a disastrous haircut. Netflix doesn't want him. Not his face, not his pitches, not even a blink and you miss it cameo of him sweating it out in one of his 10 luxury saunas. He's out, fully. And this isn't just tabloid fluff. Nope. This comes from real inside sources, the kind Meghan wishes she could fake for her Christmas card list. They say Netflix wants absolutely nothing to do with Harry. No documentaries, no polo specials, no moody, My Sad Royal Life confessions filmed in a cold, dimly lit kitchen. This deal is Meghan's and Meghan's alone. And honestly, even her enthusiasm from Netflix is hanging by a thread. Let's rewind. Netflix tried. They really did. They threw a bag at these two. About $100 million worth of dreams and hope a few years back. Now, it's been whittled down to just $5 million, spread over 3 whole years. Let me tell you, in Hollywood terms, that's not a downgrade. That's the polite, please don't ever text me again equivalent. Think about it. $5 million over 3 years is Netflix's version of pocket change. It's less than what they spend filming a single dramatic Stranger Things scene. That's how much faith they've got left in the Sussex brand. And here's the best part. This isn't some grand second chance for Meghan. Oh no, this is Netflix's sneaky save face move. After betting big on the Sussex circus, they're now trying to quietly backpedal. And how do you do that without screaming, "We made a mistake"? You slap together a one-off Christmas special, dress it up like it's some kind of continuation, and hope nobody notices it's actually a funeral in disguise. It's not a new season. It's not a comeback. It's just one lonely little episode featuring the Queen of Flower Sprinkles herself, surrounded by a grab bag of barely known guests who could fit around a small dinner table without elbowing each other. Speaking of guests, oh, honey, the lineup is something else. We've got Jay Shetty, who probably thought he was signing up for a deep podcast chat, not a shallow PR salad. Then there's Tan France, whose name honestly sounds more like a vacation update than a headline act. Sprinkle in a few returning faces from season 1 because, surprise, surprise, they ran out of people willing to say yes this time. And you've got the saddest holiday party since Kevin forgot his family in Home Alone. And yet, Meghan beams. That pageant smile glued on like it's part of her face, selling sprigs of lavender, pretending to whip up dishes in a kitchen that isn't even hers. There's almost something admirable about her commitment to the performance, because deep down, we all know nobody's buying it. Critics? They roasted with love Meghan's first season like it was the driest turkey on a forgotten buffet table. Viewers? They ghosted it faster than a free trial. Despite all the promo hype and carefully staged smiles, Meghan's show didn't even sniff Netflix's top 300. Let that sink in. She got outperformed by Suits reruns from over a decade ago. Yes, the same Suits that gave her the platform before she traded TV drama for real-life royal drama. And just when you think the humiliation meter can't go higher, here's the kicker. The show's been downgraded to a Christmas special. That's not a promotion. That's Hollywood's polite way of saying, we'll let you stick around, but only for one awkward meeting. And no snacks. No season 3, no redemption arc. Just one more hour of Meghan smiling at a hand-picked basket of fruit while making small talk with friends who were clearly paid to be there. And Harry? Forget it. The man has been pushed so far out of the picture he might as well be hanging out in another zip code. He's like that half-eaten container of leftovers shoved to the back of the royal fridge. Technically still there, but no one wants to deal with it. His ideas are considered so cringe that even Spotify reportedly called him a grifter. And let's be real, when a podcast platform, literally a home for endless noise, says your ideas are embarrassing, that's when you put the mic down and go silent. See, Netflix isn't being cruel for sport. This is strategy. On the surface, it looks like a mercy contract, a pity invite to a party where no one actually wants to sit next to the guest of honor. But underneath? Oh, it's the setup for the long game. Netflix isn't betting on Meghan's comeback. They're prepping for her rebrand. And the first step in that makeover, a last-ditch solo act without Harry's shadow. Step 2, the most lucrative media event of the decade, the Royal Divorce Special. Oh yes, the writing is on the palace walls, darling. The power couple glow is fading fast. The joint brand is flatlining. And behind those Instagram-perfect flower arrangements and voiceover monologues, there's tension. The kind of career-stalling, industry whisper tension you can't Photoshop away. Netflix can smell it. The media can smell it, and Meghan, she can smell it too. Which is why this new deal is less a career revival and more a cleverly disguised trapdoor. It's not about artistic freedom or a happy second act. It's about clearing the stage for when the curtain finally falls on Harry and Meghan, the brand. And when that day comes, Meghan's going to have her story ready, and Netflix will already have cameras rolling. Think Meghan, My Story. Think Oprah-level sit-downs with slow piano music, cinematic tear wipes, and long reflective gazes out of rain-streaked windows. Think a tell-all docuseries with a soundtrack so emotional you'll cry even if you don't like her. But to get there, Netflix has to cut Harry out now. They can't risk having hours of awkward joint footage messing up the emotional arc later. Harry has been branded dead weight. Not just irrelevant, but boring. Miserable. The man who couldn't sell a second Invictus docuseries without eye rolls. The man whose polo special idea was laughed out of every boardroom. The man pitching I Have Feelings specials while lounging in a Range Rover to talk about climate change. So here's Netflix's game plan. Keep Meghan warm, give her this Christmas special, wrap it up with a red bow, and serve it to the public like a cute little casserole of staged domestic bliss. It's harmless, it's forgettable, and it's the perfect stepping stone. Because when, not if, the separation happens and Meghan finally drops the H, she's not going to tell her story on Spotify, Apple TV, or some random blog. Oh no, she's going to tell it on Netflix in crisp 4K with the kind of dramatic background music that makes you lean in closer to the screen. That's the real prize. Netflix is just waiting for the moment Meghan officially becomes a solo act again. And when she does, they'll have everything lined up. The cameras, the lighting, the production team, and most importantly, the exclusive rights. Because every empire falls. And the Harry and Meghan empire, the Montecito-made, flower-sprinkled, Instagram-perfect dream, it's already halfway buried under its own hype. The $100 million Netflix deal that was supposed to build a media dynasty has been hacked down to a measly $5 million sympathy check. Meghan's brand is struggling, Harry's has flatlined, and all the big-name friends who once flocked to their side like moths to a royal flame, gone. Let's check the missing persons list, shall we? Oprah, the neighbor who gave them that explosive interview that rattled Buckingham Palace to its core, nowhere to be seen. No cameos, no quotes, not even a pity Instagram like. The Obamas, once painted as ideological soulmates, haven't been spotted within miles of them since the last election confetti hit the ground. George and Amal Clooney, silent, radio silent. Gwyneth Paltrow. Not only did she parody Meghan's cooking show, she actually appeared in a hostage video-style cameo pretending everything was peachy. And the upcoming guest list for With Love Meghan? It's less A-list and more who was still answering their phone. Chrissy Teigen, whose headlines lately haven't exactly been glowing. Jay Shetty. Yes, he has a podcast, but that's it. The rest? They sound like last-minute RSVPs to a potluck no one wanted to host. And here's the truth, you don't even need to know who these people are. You just need to believe they're important. That's the Markle method. But the real giveaway here isn't the downgraded contract or the recycled guest list. It's the content itself. This is a reality show with no reality. Fake meals in a fake kitchen with fake friends and fake laughter. Every shot is a prop. Aprons without stains, vegetables that look polished for a photo shoot, smiles stretched just a little too wide. It's lifeless. Soft lighting over lifeless montages. And if the critics ripped apart Season 1, Season 2, or rather the Christmas special, is just a re-gifted fruitcake, dry, predictable, and unwanted, still, Meghan holds that same practiced grin. The kind of smile you only get from knowing the real win isn't here and now, as it's in the pivot. She doesn't need this show to be a hit. She just needs it to exist. She needs it in the record book so when the inevitable split becomes public, she can point back to her solo work and say, see, I've been doing my own thing all along. Because here's the real secret Meghan's been playing all along. This show is nothing more than a chess piece in a much bigger game. Somewhere in a Netflix folder, there's already a media blueprint titled Meghan, My Story. Is it confirmed? Of course not. Does it need to be? Absolutely not. Everyone in the industry already knows it's coming. The second the divorce is official, Meghan's not just free, she's reborn. And this time, she gets to control every single frame of the story. She'll position herself as the victim, the survivor, the misunderstood visionary who was held back by a man who didn't get it. And that sells. That sells big. Publishers will fight over her. The frontrunner, HarperCollins, owned by none other than Rupert Murdoch. Yes, Murdoch. Billionaire, newly single, fiercely competitive, and the kind of man who would happily bankroll a Meghan tell-all just to watch it blow up in headlines. He could hand her a deal so massive it would make Harry's memoir Spare look like a free Kindle sample. And that's the game, darling. Not the cooking show, not the lavender sprigs, not even the downgraded $5 million contract. This has always been about the moment after. The moment Meghan goes from half of a fading royal brand to the star of her own survival story. And the moment Harry fades into the background like yesterday's headline.